Welcome everyone to the Teksitio podcast. My name is Johann Diaz.
And I'm Kenny Diaz.
All right, and we are back and post-Oscar, well, 2 weeks post-Oscar. But what'd you think about him? What'd you think of the show, Kenny?
So I loved it.
Right.
I thought it was really cool. I liked Ellen DeGeneres. I thought she was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, she did it for me. Yeah, man. I mean, in terms of the best actor, I kind of had I saw the Dallas Buyers Club and I had some some like
you had some second thoughts about it. I want to say I think that was a comment. You kind of knew that going into it with the Matthew McConaughey that he was most likely going to take it. At least I felt that way. I have not seen Dallas Buyers Club, but what I do know, the cat lost mad weight. So anytime you do that, it shows dedication.
Yeah.
So chances are, especially for him, I mean, he's kind of showed up now as a more versatile actor compared to like the whack ass movies. I like his movies, but some of them, are not the best.
Right. There's been some some rom-com
Right.
There's been some rom-coms in there that have been questionable for Matthew.
Right.
I mean, so let me get into it, right? So
okay.
his movie is great. And I do believe that that role was tailor-made for him, but because of that, I feel like more things. There's more criteria
right
to the best actor than solely the actor. For instance, and being the easiest thing to kind of say with what I've just said is to say that like casting
right
is super important.
Right.
Because and that doesn't have anything to do with the actor, with the exception of like whether or not the actor will accept the role or not.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with the actor. You know what I mean? So that's why I felt like it was almost a bit easy, this role for Matthew McConaughey. I think the hardest part was probably just like losing the
weight. Yeah, because this guy used to, was pretty D's, and in all of his movies, I mean, and even towards the end there with the what was the last movie he did, the Magic Mike and all that, which I have not seen. But, to go like from Magic Mike to, this Dallas Buyers Club, obviously it's a more serious tone. It's a true story. I'm sure the fact that his accent, the guy has, like that Southern type accent. So I'm sure that helped in the whole performance as well, which is kind of like what you were saying. All right, well, I mean, let's move on. Gravity. Man, I think that flick took home every technical award out there, along with best director Alfonso Cuarón, which I thought was well deserved. Man, I thought that was well deserved. I was kind of surprised at how many awards it took home, but when you really think about it, the visuals in that movie. When I walked away from watching Gravity, the visuals and just how everything looked and how everything came together was top notch, and I am not mad at them for taking home all the visual effects, sound editing, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Oscars.
Yeah.
In the night.
Right.
You've got best cinematography, best directing, best film editing, best original score, best sound editing, best sound mixing, best visual effects.
Yeah. All the technicians got their awards that day. You know what I'm saying? All the engineers did.
Yeah, man. Like check. On all of those. I loved that movie. That was my favorite movie of the year.
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah. I wasn't mad at it. There was nothing. I didn't really think it was going to win Best Picture, because when you compare it to the caliber of other picks.
12 Years a Slave got that.
Right. Which I think that I'm not mad at that either.
Right,
you know,
right.
It just comes down to, you know, in my mind, if you're going to give a film Best Picture, do I give it to the astronaut movie, or do I give it to something that's related to Black history and oppression and kind of makes you so it's a little bit more serious topic.
Yeah, that entire night was, I mean, they hit all topics. You know, they got like the gay thing out with Dallas Buyers Club and the AIDS, you know.
Right.
And then they got the
Money and Corruption with the Wolf of Wall Street.
Say again?
Money and Corruption and drugs and all that type of stuff with the Wolf of Wall Street, which was really over the top, and which I sadly I haven't seen that either. But you said you saw it and you loved it. You said, right?
Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, and Matthew McConaughey's in that too. And I liked Matthew McConaughey in that movie, even though it's a cameo.
Right.
I like that movie. I like him in that movie more than Dallas Buyers Club. But Dallas Buyers Club was still amazing, though.
Yeah. So just to recap, as far as Oscar hosts are concerned, is the topic. The Billy Crystal for me is who I grew up watching, and I think he's hilarious. But I think Ellen DeGeneres did a fabulous job. You know, if we want to talk the whole tech angle, the fact that Twitter is even around now, they completely took advantage of it. I mean, she was waving that galaxy, in everyone's face. I don't even think regular people probably didn't even know what kind of phone that was, but she was putting it right in everyone's face.
Yeah, and they took that selfie.
Right.
That was like that made history. That was funny, and and I thought I loved it. She was making me laugh. And another note to this whole thing, in terms of the cord cutting, that we spoke of.
That's right. You watched it. How'd you explain your whole chain of events as far as how you saw the Oscars?
Right. So I as you know, I have no cable, and because I'm a cord cutter. So and what I did here is I hooked up an antenna. I hooked up a very long coax to my TV. I put the antenna next to the window here, and in fact you can kind of just see it right there. That's the little paper antenna.
Okay.
And it worked.
And that's
great.
it.
Picked up the channel, and it was
awesome.
HD. It looked amazing. And I just, I don't ever have to go back to cable ever. Now I need to figure out a way to get my sports, but after I figure out a way to get my sports, then it's like I will never go back to cable ever again.
What premiered this week? This is Need for Speed came out this week, right?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Now, did we talk about this when we first saw the trailer? I want to say a couple episodes ago. We saw the trailer and we kind of talked about it. This movie, I'm just gonna go out honestly and just say this movie's whack, man. I saw the trailer to this movie, and it did not amuse me. I was not excited for it. I have not seen the movie, but the common consensus, at least on Rotten Tomatoes, or the internets in general, is that the movie sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish that I could back this movie, but it just looks so corny. I haven't seen it, but it just looks so unbelievably corny that I just can't get into it.
Right.
And I really wish that Aaron Paul, the guy from Breaking Bad,
Jesse,
I really wish Jesse would have, made a better decision. You know what I mean? I wish he would have made a better decision on what to what to star in.
Right.
And I might give this movie a chance on the strength of him being, so great in Breaking Bad. But we'll see. Because right now, when I saw those commercials, I was just like, geez, like,
yeah,
I want to die and, like, not ever think about this movie ever again.
And it's just hard. It's a bad time for this movie to come out in the first place. The whole Fast and the Furious franchise has already oversaturated, that whole genre of film.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you come out. Okay, so that's one negative. Second negative is based on a video game, which we all know 90% of video game movies flop.
They are doomed. Video game movies are doomed.
What comes to your mind as one of the best? I'm not going to say the greatest, but what's a good video game adaptation film that you can just come up with out of off the top of your head?
Very difficult, to be honest. I can't think of one.
Yeah. All the ones that you can say Tomb Raider, maybe the two Tomb Raider flicks.
I had those in my mind, but I didn't like either one. To be quite honest.
Right.
You know what movie I liked that was that was a video game? Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers, okay, and then that gets a pass because it came out when did that come out? The early '90s.
Oh man, we were so young when that.
Yeah, I love that movie as well. Yes,
that's like a cult. It's good because it's like a cult cult classic type thing. It's very it's nostalgia.
Right. Right. It's not the greatest movie. The plot of that movie is kind of shaky, but hey, I loved it, and we used to watch it over and over again.
Yeah. Wow. 1993, dude.
93. Look at that.
Oh my gosh! And it got a 4.0 on IMDb. They were not.
Yeah. They weren't fans. Kidding. So which other ones? We talked about Tomb Raider. How about Silent Hill? Did you ever watch that?
You're right. Silent Hill 1 was really great.
Yeah, I actually liked that movie. It wasn't bad.
I like that movie too. Silent Hill 1 was really good.
And then the only other one I can think of is all the Resident Evil films, which.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about all the old ones, man. But Street Fighter, I like Street Fighter.
Oh man. I drank a little bit of the Kool-Aid on that movie when it first came out. It's because I loved playing Street Fighter, but that movie was pretty whack, man.
It was really, really bad.
I mean, how do you put Van Damme, which I love, as Guile? Yeah, Guile doesn't have it. He's supposed to be like an American.
Dude, it's so hilarious, but it's because Van Damme and those kicks.
Right. Kicks, it's like, whoever casted that movie.
Guile had some real strong, straight kicks in the game,
That's true. Yeah, I think that, the way they cast that movie, and then it looks like they tried their hardest just to pack in as many characters. Like E Honda was a cameraman in the movie, if you remember.
Yeah.
Balrog was like a reporter. It was just it was horrible. Another video game movie that we were forgetting about was Mortal Kombat. If you ask me, as far as fighting movie goes, that's the one that holds the most water, man.
That is the one. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right about that.
Bro, just the soundtrack alone to that movie was like, got you amped up, man. It was like, all right, man, I'm going to fight right now. You know what I'm saying? They just
so
way more quality with the special effects and the storyline, hands down over Street Fighter.
But that first one that they did.
Yeah, the first one is the good one. I think they went on and did maybe 2 more Mortal Kombat movies.
Yeah, and you know what? Mortal Kombat movies are really great. Aren't even on the big screen. It's those machinima. Yeah,
the machinima webisodes. Yeah. Those are great, man.
Those are awesome.
Yet another example of an internet series. You can do an internet series right.
Right, and you don't need cable for that.
Right.
Yeah,
that's awesome. All right. So yeah, man. I mean, Need for Speed, man. It was hosed from the beginning, and unfortunately, Aaron Paul had to take a hit on that one.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I don't know of any other video game flicks coming out that I'm anticipating or anything like that. You know, we're gonna have to just go and report on that later. So we're gonna leave it at that. We thank you guys for watching once again. My name is Johann Diaz,
and I'm Kenny Diaz,
and Alana, you know, holding down the premise over here. And thank you, Alana, for making sure everything's good. All right, so I want you to check us out, Teksitio.com, at Kenny Diaz on Twitter, at Johann Diaz. Drop us a note, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks.
Peace.